As you can see, there's a switch on the left side wall, and there is a door that is clearly electrified. If you look up and around, you can see the wires connecting the two. Wonder what I'm supposed to do with that. So you can jump up here, climb up onto the old-fashioned potties. There's shells, which I'm too short to get to. Some places you can grab onto those. In this instance, again, because I've been through this particular part, I know I need to move this into where I can grab that switch. Now, I'm going to intentionally make a mistake on the next part so you can see what's in there. The light goes out, and I'm going to run over to that door that was electrified, and I can now slip through. This room is really a cool room. I will say that when I played this last time, I spent a lot of time in this room trying to figure out what on earth I was supposed to do. There's a lot of fingerprints and things like that on the wall, which sometimes are an indicator of something. If this means anything, I have yet to figure it out. I've tried pushing on it and any moves that I have available to me. It's kind of like a playroom. As you can see, there's teeter-totters and blocks, which you can run through and knock over and pick up and throw. There's some swings. You can pull out some of these drawers. I don't remember which ones offhand. And climb up. That one, it doesn't. They kind of fool around with you a little bit as to what you can and can't open and climb up on. Sometimes I've noticed it'll sort of glitch out a little bit. So, you can spend a lot of time in this room because it is very deceptive. We've got a merry-go-round, but if you actually grab onto, you can make it spin. You can get on it and ride around on it when it's spinning, which I think is kind of fun. And I broke the train, which is fine because it makes noise. And if you're in here a long time and you don't know what you're doing, you will probably be like me and get a headache from the train. So as you can see, there's another door, electrified. And you can see that there's some pipes running around. And again, you are trying to figure out how in the heck you get through that door because there does not appear. Nice ashtray in the playroom, by the way. You can figure stuff out. So I spent a lot of time playing around with this teeter-totter, seeing if that had anything to do with it, playing around with the swings. Now I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to throw the ball out of the way or move the ball. You can kick it too. As you can see, there's handprints on the wall. Open the drawer, climb up, and climb up. And I'll turn on my little light. There's not really anything up here but a bunch of toys and this handy dandy little hole in the wall, which you can crawl through. And we end up back in here. Now, luckily for me, this is where I left it. So after you've spent all that time kind of messing around in the other room trying to figure out why you can't get out that door and turn off that electricity, you will eventually realize that you have to do it here and then use your, and I'm failing at this right this moment, your speed running abilities and some jumping abilities over toys and things that you've knocked over previously. Here, I tripped. And then you can get through this door pretty much just in time, as you could see before. It gets the electricity turned back on. It's also very interesting. I'm going to hide. And you can see the eyeball light going around, and you notice there are several dusty, charred bodies on the ground. Does not bode well for my little character. You'll see this guy, eyeball, whatever you want to call it, in several different places. And because I'm talking, I'm a little slow at this at the moment, so you have to wait until it's safe for you to go by. If you do not do this correctly, he will start to kill you and turn you into dust, like those guys. If you get out of the light in time, you will be safe. If you don't get out of the light in time, you will die and you will have to do this part over like when I died before. Now, there's a lantern up there I need to light. And then before I get up there, I just want to point out that there is a little gnome guy sitting in a cage right there. So can't get into there from here. There is no entrance that I have found over here. You can kind of see through around the side scrolling wall into the next room on occasion. Luckily for me, I have discovered that get my hands back on the right keys. I do not get killed by that guy once I am over here. So I can kind of move around safely. I can light my little lantern. And then I have to kind of climb up and around. Now, I'm not going to go up there yet. Turn on my light. I come down here. And you can see the little gnome guy just ran through the cage. So I'm going to follow into this tiny little closet of a room. There's another lantern. And again, I don't know exactly what happens. You hear the little chimes going, but he will become my friend. I've tried climbing and jumping on some of the things in here in the past. I'm not going to do it right now, but nothing really else in this room besides following him and hitting that lantern that I have found without cheating and looking up, what I'm missing. Maybe once I've actually made it through the game, then I'll go back and do some reading and say, oh, how did you miss that? Or, what's going on? How did you not see that? Or, oh, that's what that meant when I broke that statue. So, now I'm going to go back up here and check out the area above. I am safe from him, like I said, up here. You've got doors here. Again, none of which in my first time through here I was able to figure out how to open. Usually the doors you can open that I came across had the handle like the one I jumped on from the chair earlier. And then we have a really creepy bedroom with the eye. More puddles on the floor. Lots of handprints. Sometimes it behooves you to shut the door. Sometimes it does not. And this one it will not let me. Oh, here we go. As you can see, here's a statue. I'll pick it up. Set it down. As you see the little sparkles again, something happens as far as, I don't know if it's health or what. Every time I see these, I want to try to do something because some places they mean stuff and other places they do not appear to mean stuff. I tried crawling around under here. Have not really found anything. You can climb up on the bed. Look, now I kind of was floating. That was a cute little mistake, I think. Otherwise, pretty interesting mattress movement. Again, other than the painting of the eyeball, it looks like there should be something there that I can't figure out. I don't really see anything else in this room, so it's kind of interesting lighting effect there. Like I said, I know eventually I will go and read up on this and go, what did I miss? These boxes I have discovered something about, but I'm not going to really go into that right now. And since I can't figure out how to open any of these doors, if they open at all, I'm going to go to this side now. And this is an interesting room as well. The door slams beside you, and here is our boss monster guy. Trying to stay away from him as much as possible. And I'm being quiet like he can hear me talking, but he can't. He in all kinds of spots. And then you fall down into another location. There's a rat. Yay. Kind of look around. Like I said, there's nothing really except to get back out, climbing up those doors that I have found. Now. This is the hunger pangs that my poor little character, 6, will begin to experience. Again, there's things you can climb on here. I'm not going to waste time right now because I know they don't do anything. And you can't move these things. And I assume if you get enough hunger pangs, eventually you will die. I have not gotten to that point. I come up here and you can see there's like a cafeteria over here. And there's this person who kindly decides to throw me some bread, and I can pick it up and eat it. So I just have to sit here for a minute, and my character 6 will begin to feel much better after he or she has eaten. You can't see that I have ever noticed in the little experience I've had playing this game, the character's face. So don't really know if this 6 is a boy or a girl, not that it really matters.